Hello, Geneva. I'm Mayor Kevin Burns, and this is another edition of Business Beat. I am joined by my good friend Mary from the Geneva Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm great. And you?
Now, we need to whisper.
Okay.
And we need to whisper because we are in an undisclosed location that few people know about. Only our chief of police, only the chief of the fire department, and select high-ranking government officials. We are in the storage facility of the Geneva Chamber of Commerce.
That is correct.
There's no address.
No address.
There's no street name.
Nope.
You're brought in under the cloak of darkness. And this is where you store all the good stuff.
Festival Central.
Festival Central. This is really cool. So all the stuff that happens magically really happens through good old hard labor.
You got it.
Isn't that amazing? And
Yep.
I know you often refer to yourselves as the chambermaids, and you do all the work. I mean, you guys all come over here, again, undisclosed, and bring in all the equipment and accoutrement to celebrate the different festivals, the different events, and what have you.
That's correct.
Wow, it's amazing. So it's cool back here.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Stuff.
It is lots of stuff. And how long have you been storing your stuff here?
4 years, I think, maybe.
Wow. Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
All hermetically sealed. And really nobody knows this exists.
Just the staff.
Isn't that cool? And now all of Geneva knows this exists, but we're not going to tell you where. Do you want to give us a brief tour? I understand there's a special guest in the back.
Someone's going to pop out.
It's my understanding she lives here.
There's different things for every festival.
Check this out, folks.
There's fencing for the back of the booths to keep them safe. Here's our holders for Festival of the Vine restaurants.
Oh, no kidding.
A lot of different storage things. Everything's marked so we know where to find it. All of our coolers are here for Festival of the Vine.
Pardon my back.
Lots of fencing, baskets, signage.
And Mary, you know where everything is.
I actually do know where everything is in here.
So if Gene Gaines says, Mary, I need you to get over to the warehouse and pull blank, you know exactly where to go.
Pretty much.
Isn't that wild?
Pretty much.
But nothing's marked, though, so you know just by memory?
Well, each bin kind of holds a festival.
Oh,
This
I
is
see.
all Festival of the Vine.
This is the Vine.
Pretty much this is Christmas.
Christmas.
Fence pieces kind of speak for themselves.
Indeed they do. I don't know what they say, but they speak for themselves.
Tickets for Festival of the Vine.
Tickets for Festival of the Vine.
More fence pieces.
Tumblers for Festival of the Vine.
Tumblers. Coolers.
Wow.
Plastic cups for Festival of the Vine. Actually,
Holy-
this one's marked.
Oh, this one is marked. Check
This
that
one's
out.
marked.
Look, Swedish Days is marked behind you.
Swedish Days is marked.
This mysterious person in the back is Laura. She also works at the chamber. Many of you Geneva longtime folks will know who Laura is.
Miscellaneous.
But what's amazing is all the fencing here, all the fencing here, all the fencing here
Wow.
is what we put around for Festival of the Vine around the tent and
Okay.
for our craft beer at Swedish Days.
Which is coming up.
Which
It
is
is.
coming
So
up.
exciting. So exciting. So you own all this.
Yes.
So this is a wise purchase because these festivals go on every year.
Correct.
And we are very fortunate that we have wonderful helpers because
Yeah.
this is very heavy.
I can imagine.
So we have high school helpers and we have chamber members that help us. So we're very lucky that otherwise we would not be able to do it. We're not that strong. We're strong, but we're not that
Volunteers
strong.
are key.
Volunteers are very.
And you have hundreds and hundreds of volunteers.
140 for Swedish Days alone, right?
I believe
That's
that's
amazing.
correct.
That's amazing. Have they been back to this undisclosed location?
They
Some of them have.
Do they have to sign a waiver or some sort of
privileged
release?
few.
A privileged
The ones
few.
that Mary likes, she lets come here.
Well, that's like a dozen. That's awesome. So what else does Geneva need to know about this cool location and what it contains and how it all meshes together to make Geneva special with respect to not only the work the chamber does, but the overall festival atmosphere?
Well, I would say without this storage unit, we couldn't have the festivals
Right.
because where would you put this? This is one of 3 storage places that the chamber
Wow.
has. The other 2 are not as big.
Okay.
But if you look at the sheer amount, I mean, it even goes up here. Those are
Incredible.
from when they
Up
used to
to
do the
the
giant
ceiling.
chess game.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. At games on the
Bago ball game, you know, the
Check that out, yeah, bags.
We maximize every single space, and like Mary said, she knows where everything is. She has a notepad, and her and Jean are constantly coming over here and reorganizing after each festival to make sure that we have everything exactly where we need
course.
it, and we aren't wasting
Taking the
any space.
inventory, making certain things are returned properly, and
Yes.
now it should be noted that this space is donated by a very generous individual in Geneva. We don't need to mention that individual's
Yes.
name, but it
That is true.
But there's no cost to the chamber for this. This is a donation from one of the great chamber members and a business owner in town that we all know and respect. So that's extraordinary.
It is, and that just goes to our chamber members are wonderful. They are very generous
Wow.
in that aspect. In fact, when we had lost our other space that was
Yeah.
donated, we put out a call, and this person came forward, absolutely said, "We've got a space
Oh, that's
for you."
amazing. And this also serves as pretty much a nuclear launch pad. Is that correct?
I would say yes.
It starts here.
You hear it first. Well, Geneva has its own ICBM site. It's right here. We can't tell you where, but it's right here. What else do I need to know?
Pretty much sums it up.
Pretty much sums it up, folks. We're again in an undisclosed location, the storage facility, one of three
One of three.
for the Geneva Chamber of Commerce. An extraordinary value, provides the efficiency and the effectiveness for the chamber to do its extraordinary work. We're thankful to the donor, of course. And now we're going to turn the camera off and we're going to magically appear at a location that perhaps everybody knows about. So if you'll permit me to secure our iron-plated vehicles and leave this site, we'll be back in just a moment. Geneva, we're back at the headquarters of the Geneva Chamber of Commerce. Earlier, you saw us with our friend Mary and Laura at the storage facility in the undisclosed location. But this location is famous. It's beautiful 8 South 3rd Street,
Correct.
and it's at the lovely second level. It's the home of, and this is not an understatement, it's the home of Jean Gaines.
Well,
My goodness.
I do spend a lot of time
You do
here.
spend a lot of time here. Ladies and gentlemen, Jean Gaines, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Geneva Chamber of Commerce. So we are in her office. Thanks for having us, Jean.
Thank you for coming. We love to talk about what we do.
And you know, it seems like everyone knows the Chamber of Commerce. Everyone assumes they know what the Chamber of Commerce does, but for those who might be a little bit uncertain, what is a Chamber of Commerce and what do you specifically do for this
Well,
community?
everyone thinks a Chamber of Commerce is important because every town has
Sure.
one, but they don't necessarily know what they do.
Right.
And most people think the Chamber of Commerce and the city are one.
Right.
Yes. So we get a lot of calls for, can you fix my tax bill, or can
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yes. A lot
Can you
of,
forward those to me?
and we say if we had the power they think we have, we'd be really
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
Yes, yeah, so, but actually, a Chamber of Commerce certainly is a business advocate.
Of course.
And we have a membership, so we do support those members.
And your membership is up.
Our membership has always been quite healthy.
That's wonderful.
We get great support for the community. But in addition, with our chamber, because every chamber is different, every town
Right.
adapts their chamber to what works for their town.
Of course.
And certainly in Geneva, you get 3 for the price of 1 because we're the festival office, we're the tourism office, and we're a traditional chamber of commerce.
Right.
So we do all those things that chambers do, like business after hours and ribbon cuttings and so
Sure.
forth. But the added benefit is the economic engine that we call festivals.
Right.
And bringing those people to town is good for everyone in the community as the dollar flows through the town.
Absolutely.
So we always are happy to say that Mary Lou gets that first dollar in her store, but then she has her teeth fixed and she gets a new roof, and
Right.
so eventually it rolls through the whole community.
There's a
So
force multiplier there,
yes,
not there? Yeah.
7 times I think the dollar turns over.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
You know, it's a great way to summarize, too, 3 for the price of 1.
Yes, we think so.
Yeah, and Geneva's reputation, of course, is much more than just a quaint community to live and work and play and raise your family. But you touched on it. The festivals seems to be the crucible where almost all things blossom.
Because the downtown in most towns, as it is in Geneva, is the heart of the community.
Right.
And so holding festivals, bringing people into the town to enjoy our town,
Yeah.
spend a little money and then leave and go home to their own homes at night is
Sure.
great for our residents and our businesses.
Isn't that amazing? How many folks do you estimate come to Geneva during all the festivals?
Well, if you added it together, about 350,000 people.
That's amazing.
Now, if we have rain all of those days, probably 0.
Sure.
But we live and die by the
Yeah, isn't that
weather.
something?
Yeah. We spend the money and then hope that the weather cooperates and
Nature
we can
cooperates, yeah.
recoup it and come out even at the end.
Wow.
That's one reason that Swedish Days, which is 67 years old this year, is 6 days, because you can recoup. If
Sure.
you have 2 days of rain, you can recoup. And because we have so many not-for-profits, making
Right.
their money that week. We really want to give everyone a fair shot to make as much money as they can. And once again, those not-for-profits are spending the money back in town at their favorite charities.
Of course.
We could certainly make a lot more money if we let all of these vendors in from out of town who wanted to come in.
Right.
But our mission, our goal always is to promote local businesses, local charities.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Absolutely. I can remember as a younger man, my mom and dad were involved with a booth for a charity.
Your mom and dad were great
It was
volunteers.
like, wow. I mean, it wasn't just 6 days. It was the 6 months leading up to the 6 days.
I think a lot of those people take a whole week's vacation
It's
to work
incredible,
those.
isn't it?
It's a
It's
great
incredible.
commitment of time.
And that street atmosphere, where it's almost old European, yet it's modern day commerce. That's a lot of fun.
And our challenge always is to keep the traditional, the things people always want, and still bring something new in so that it is still exciting to a younger crowd and that there always is something new.
Exactly.
And we all know it takes about 3 years for something to grow. So,
Sure.
So we can invest 3 years and then find out it didn't work, or we can find out, yeah, it's a keeper, we want to keep going with that.
So patience is a key as well.
Patience and a few dollars, yes.
Always the few dollars.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Gaines, we're going to hang out and meet some of the folks who actually make the chamber work.
We are going to take a tour of our wonderful offices, and then maybe spend a little time as a group
I'd love it.
telling you about what we do.
That'd be great. And how long have you been at this location?
We've been at this location about 15 years.
No kidding.
Prior to that, we were above Starbucks, which
Yeah.
was an Erde-owned building.
That's right.
And
That's a little bit of history too. That's pretty neat.
yes. And
Well, Jean, let's go say hi to the
let's do the
staff and
tour.
let's go take a tour of the building.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. We just had a lovely visit with your colleague Jean Gaines,
The president.
the president.
president,
Very,
Jean Gaines.
very rarefied air in her office. It's very exciting.
right, that's right.
I didn't realize she yelled out the window saying "shop," which I thought was interesting.
She does quite often, and it
Yeah.
works.
It does. It seems effective.
Whatever works.
What the heck? Laura Rush, ladies and gentlemen. Laura, you may recall, was with us in the undisclosed location.
The undisclosed location. I am a privileged
You are one of the
that
privileged
gets to know.
few.
Yeah.
But now we're here at the chamber offices, 8 South 3rd Street, and we're in front of what can only be described as the best organized brochure rack in the history of brochure racks.
Absolutely, and we take great pride in making sure everything's up to date. This is one of the benefits of being a chamber member, is you're able to bring in
Right.
and put up brochures, menus. We have so many people that come up here, out of town visitors, realtors, for people moving in, and they're always looking to make a packet or for information about where they should shop or
Oh,
eat.
good.
So this becomes a real nice source
Wow.
for them. And then over here to my left, which I don't know if Pete can see, but
check that out.
these are business cards. So they're
like
also
it.
able to put our business cards, and then we have in the middle, our members can put different things coming up, like Geneva's Got Talent, which we partner
Wow.
with for the Park District for Swedish Days.
Just around the corner.
Just,
Isn't that something?
the year flies by very quickly.
It's better than Geneva had talent, which is good.
Right, Geneva still does have talent, so that is
Yes,
good.
it-
That is
and
good.
Laura's a lifelong Genevan, ladies and gentlemen. A lifelong Genevan right here. So she knows everything. She knows where all the skeletons are buried, all the opportunities, all the challenges, all the...
I don't know, my dad probably knows more than me.
That's
but
true.
That's
But you're part of the heart of the chamber.
there's 6 of us here. We have
I know,
a lot
we
of
get to
fun.
meet 'em all today.
You do, and we have a lot of fun. We all have our own niche that we do, but we all help each other when is needed, and that's how
Absolutely.
the festivals
Well, it's evident.
get
It's
put
evident.
on. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like have you. So this is where we have visitors come up, where we have our chamber members come up, where we greet people. So it works very, very well. And then when we go downstairs, you'll see in the visitor center, we've extended
Gorgeous.
it a little bit as well for the restaurants and the shops and the different hotels.
And how many, this is a weird question, but how many phone calls do you receive here in a week?
In a week, hundreds. During festival time, probably more than that. Some of them are rather interesting.
I can imagine.
And when we get around to Mary, she may be able to come up with one that...
You mean the same Mary from the storage
The same
facility?
Mary from the storage
She is
facility.
so verbose.
She is our first line on the phones, and so she usually gets a lot of them. But during the festivals, they're always calling from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It never stops, asking us questions about
all
what's
over the
going
state.
on. All over the country. One of the things we get a lot is calls for Geneva, New York. For I think there's a Geneva, Ohio. For if there is a
And Geneva, Nebraska. And,
we get them all the time, and they're convinced
Wow.
they're calling the right place until they explain what they want, and then we say Geneva, Illinois, and they say, oh no,
Ooh,
Lake
sorry.
Geneva. Obviously, we get a lot for as well.
Of course. Well, shall we begin the tour?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's follow Laura, folks.
So this, like most everything in Geneva, used to be a home. So the way it's shaped, you can kind of see the different rooms and places. So we'll go first into here, which is where I work.
Ooh, check this out, folks.
I know, it's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting.
And I am...
The view is extraordinary.
It's a lovely view. I have a window. I'm just happy
That's
I have
all
a
that
window
matters.
because I like to open the window. But so this is where I am. I am also the only person in the office that listens to music. Everybody else likes quiet. I have to have music and energy, and so I'm always listening to music. And I do I'm communications manager, but it's a fancy word for PR.
Okay.
So the brochures that get put out, the printed materials, talking to the press, being a cheerleader for Geneva is what I like to describe myself.
And how long have you been in your position?
6 years this month.
Is that right? Because I remember when you came on board.
I was, you know what?
It's a natural choice.
When the job got posted, I was ecstatic because I thought, my gosh, that's written for me. So I love working here. I love being 5 minutes from home.
Of course.
It's a great place, and it's a great group of ladies that I work with. We have a lot of fun.
Oh, you did great work.
We have a lot of fun. Well, thank you. Well, while we're here, I also want to bring up, and I know this probably isn't going to show very well on the camera, but I am going to bring up our website. And hopefully, some people have used this before. It's genevachamber.com. A couple years ago, we did a whole overhaul on this. Our website was award-winning before, but it was quite outdated, and we needed some upgrading. So this was a joint project between the marketing group who did the background.
Great firm right here in Geneva, folks.
And Chris Reno-Ogden from DSA Associates. She is our marketing person. So she did all the graphics and the wording, and then the marketing group did the background, the tech part of it. But it was hard because we're a traditional business chamber. Sure. But we're also the tourism arm.
Of course.
So you have to take both.
The three for one that Jean was talking about earlier.
Exactly. And so you have to take it and you have to make it into one website. So it was not as straightforward and as easy. So it took over a year to create what we now have, but we have gotten great compliments on it. It's very organized, easy.
It's functional, it's easy to understand.
Anything you want to know, just you come on the website and you can absolutely find it. The business directory for our chamber members is really easy to find on the right-hand side. So because of all the festival traffic we get on our website, our chamber members get a bigger bang for their buck because now people are coming here for festival, but they're finding the restaurants and the shops that we have here and all of that as well.
And I saw a blast sent out the other day by the chamber that the number of visitors annually to your website is hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands, absolutely it is.
That is pretty cool.
In fact, we work with a group that specializes in chamber membership. It's called Chamber Master, and they actually told us that we are one of the top 5 websites with them, and we get just as much tourism traffic as some other very high profile, like Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Wow,
traffic areas. So Geneva is definitely a destination, and our website is key, and we're always telling people, go to the website, go to the website. And so genevachamber.com, if you haven't been to it,
easy to remember.
Go to it now.
I love it.
Yeah. So merge into, you know what? One other thing, let me show you. So this is also where Santa stores his suit.
This is where the big guy stores his outfit?
Stores his suit. The Santa Lucia dresses are here.
Cleaned by our friends at Geneva Cleaners?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it certainly is. It certainly
top
is.
clientele.
But we, like I said, we use every single bit of space. We have old pictures here. We have old,
wow.
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff goes on here.
So this is where the big guy changes every December.
So it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
You've got high security clearance.
I'm telling you, it's crazy here. Okay, so this is where we sometimes have meetings, where we eat lunch, and almost every lunch we're always talking about a festival or something, because it's the one time all 6 of us can be together in one room. We kind of use it as a planning stage area, which you can see Swedish Days is now up there, because that's our next big one. The garage sale's coming up next weekend. So we've got all of that there ready to go. So if there's space, we use it. Sometimes we have brochures stacked back here. It's what it is.
It's wonderful.
It's what it is.
This is like the war room.
It is like the war room.
I
exactly.
like it.
It has a little bit better view.
It does have I like the HVAC.
Which is we're very lucky to be located next to many fine eating establishments.
No question. It's wonderful.
So the smell during the summer between Colonel's and Stockholm's and Niche, just comes up and makes
Life-
us all very hungry.
life
That's
is
true.
good.
So this is the secret back entrance that a lot of people don't know about. So when our volunteers are working for us, when our high school helpers are working for us, and they learn about the back entrance, they think that's really cool.
It is cool.
It is cool.
It's historic.
It
is.
historic. It is historic.
Everything here is historic.
So I am not
More
going to go in there,
storage.
but Pete, if you would like to put the camera in
Check
here.
it out,
This is
Pete.
another one of our storage areas.
Wow.
A lot of boxes of brochures and folders.
Every inch of space is used efficiently.
It
has to be.
absolutely is.
Look, folks, a microwave from the 1940s.
No, that's a new one.
Oh, sorry.
It's a new one. In the back there, Pete, if you want to go to your left, is where we keep all of our signs for all the festivals that we put up on the stands. I mean, it really is. Those are all the holders, like when we put up the information
Of
booth,
course, yeah.
or banners for the parade, or honest to goodness, we do really, really well with our space,
Well, you
and it
have to.
works. And
You
it
have to.
absolutely works, yes.
Wow.
So this would be storage area number 2.
Storage area number 2.
Okay, and as we make our way down the hallway, we will come up across
Uh-oh. Is this the
Judy
famous
Carol.
Judy Carol.
Judy Carol,
Check it out, folks.
and
Hi, Judy.
Judy can explain
How are you?
what she does.
Good, how are you?
Judy Carol, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
She is one of the pinnacles of the Geneva Chamber of Commerce and the community, for that matter. Your office is clean as well. What the heck?
No, and it's faking my coworkers out.
Is it really?
Yes, because it's never this clean.
But a disorganized office means a genius, right?
That's the way I look at it.
So
yeah.
genius Judy Carol.
Yeah.
So Judy, what do you do with the chamber, for the chamber, and for the community?
We all wear many hats here. My two main
common
ones-
theme.
Yes. My two main ones are membership director and sponsorships.
Wow.
So we recruit businesses to join the chamber and help us in our efforts to promote Geneva. And then we also seek sponsors to help us pay for the festivals.
An important role.
Yes. So this is like an example here. Our offices will get messier and messier as the festival gets closer.
That's fun.
and
That's
closer,
fun.
But this is some of the signage that we can offer our sponsors for the festival. Opportunity to get their message
Yeah.
out to the tens of thousands of people that attend the festivals.
Wow.
So, like I say, this is just getting started. By June, you won't be able to walk down our halls. It's all
Oh, I've
the-
been here before. It's interesting.
All the stuff from the storage unit ends up
The
here.
fire marshal's never been here before. And you're actually on the Geneva Chamber of Commerce website,
Yes.
or genevachamber.com website.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're super proud of that. and we're
As
very
well you
excited
should be.
about
It's
that.
wonderful.
Super user friendly.
And you're only allowed a sliver of light. Is that
just get a
because of
little
Gene
bit.
Gaines, or is that because of?
No, actually, this is a historic building, and there
Right.
used to be an air conditioner there, thus the plug.
Oh, no
That's
kidding.
way up high. And when the new landlord refreshed and gave us central
Sure.
air and all that, he was nice enough to give me a window, which is
Life is good.
I love it. It's perfect. Yep, I love my office.
So what can all the folks who are watching, particularly the companies who are watching, do to make your life and the chamber's life and the community's life better?
I think consider sponsorships as part of their marketing package.
Yeah.
It's really a way to.
The impact is huge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's your banner on Central Stage. There's just tens of thousands of people
Right.
looking at it every night.
Absolutely.
30,000 cars go up and down State Street, 9,000 up and down 3rd Street. So it's
Wow.
a huge opportunity to get your message out there.
Absolutely.
So that would be the biggest thing. Just sort of factor that in. Don't
Sure.
don't forget that's a great marketing tool.
The return on the investment is sound,
Yes.
and it's measurable.
Right. Not to mention the support of the community. And
Absolutely.
Gene says that money comes in, it works
Yep.
its way through our economy. So
Certainly does.
helping us towards that end is huge.
That's wonderful. That's Judy Carol, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, thank you. Welcome to our office.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Normally I see you on the other end of a grand opening ribbon.
I know. It's exciting, isn't it? We've got some coming up.
We do have a few
I know.
coming up. I'm always excited to have new businesses coming
It's
in town.
what-
We
that's-
got some 10-year anniversaries
Oh,
coming
I know.
up.
Isn't that
and-
something?
Yeah.
It's
Very,
great.
very exciting.
Well, you do great work.
Thank you.
And you're a lot more talkative than Mary.
Yeah.
So let's continue the tour, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we are now
Here we go. Smaller
going
area, folks.
into
Look at that.
Jeannie Sawtell.
Hello.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you?
I'm just great. I'm great.
Now, Jeannie, I get all the emails that you send out.
I do send out a lot of emails.
This is the face behind the email blasts that go out all the time.
I'm involved in a lot of data management, so I like to check and make sure we've got everything
Sure.
correct in our website and our database, and I'm also the one that is involved with the chamber golf outing, and
Wow.
actually the directory that Laura
So you really don't
was
do
telling
much,
you
is what
about.
you're saying.
What's that?
You really don't do much.
No.
No, not at all.
Eat bonbons.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Life is, and how long have you been on board?
I have been with the chamber just a little bit over 8 years.
Is that right? But there's a lot of veteran staff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's impressive.
Yeah, it's a great group to work with. I'm sure some of the others have said the same.
Of course.
thing, but we work hard, but we have a lot of fun doing it.
No question. It'd be unusual to be here and not hear laughter.
We laugh
Absolutely.
all day long.
That's
as
critical.
We work.
That's
But I do think that Jean wanted me to mention some of the additional resources.
Please do.
that,
Yes. Do whatever Jean says.
resources
Remember.
For us. I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but we don't use our member dues to run the festivals.
Ah, very
So
important.
we need to have some other revenues that come in.
Sponsorships and what have you.
We have the Geneva Chamber Golf outing, the Grand Quist Music Festival, the citywide garage sale.
Yeah,
which is
coming up. I know.
next week, and also our 50/50 raffle.
Right. So that's an important distinction. When I'm a member of the chamber and I pay my dues, those dues are not going to support the festivals.
Right.
It's for the business of the chamber. The festivals are supported independent of those dues.
Yes.
That's critical. That's critical. So I know full well that my chamber dues are being provided to help support my business and all the businesses in Geneva.
Exactly.
That's very important. Good distinction. Thank you very much. And your desk is clean as well.
Yeah.
A lot of inside look here, folks. This is very exciting.
Steve,
Shall we sneak through here?
you can sneak.
Did Laura run away?
No, I am here.
I'll
Oh.
sit right here.
There she is.
I was waiting for you to.
Here we go, folks.
My coworkers.
Thank you very much. Oh, check this out.
And this is Krista Anderson. the
Krista
newest
Anderson.
member of the chamber.
The newbie.
Yeah, you are a newbie. How many days have you been on board?
Well, I don't know about the days, but I've been here since July
Wow.
last year.
And I remember when you began.
Yeah.
What a great choice.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Fantastic choice.
I heard Ellen was retiring and then jumped on it.
Isn't that exciting? You've got the view.
I've got the view. I've got the window.
Exciting.
I
Yes.
considered taking that over when she came on.
You hear that, folks? Now, is it you have the window because if things don't work out, you can leap? Or is it
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
that's not going to happen?
No.
And what is it you do?
I am member services, which entails the QuickBooks side of things.
Okay.
Invoicing and collecting and everything. But then I also do volunteer services. So
Right.
I'm the one that finds over 2,000 volunteers that run.
There's the
festivals.
number. There's the number. 2,000.
Over 2,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how many
People
volunteers-
from the community that step out and volunteer. Some of them come back festival after festival, and they always have the same position. They love
Right,
to work
right.
their slot, and they've been doing it for years. And so it's
That's
a
pretty
great
cool.
community, and lots of people come out. Lots of nonprofits come out to
Oh, I bet.
cover some of the paid positions, and then some of the money can go back to their.
So the
nonprofit.
staying power of the volunteers is critical for virtually
Exactly.
everything.
Yes, yes. And then you always get this little fancy.
Oh, check this out, folks.
t-shirt.
Look at that.
Everybody loves the T-shirt that they get when they.
Now, is that this year's
volunteer.
T-shirt?
No, this is the last.
That's
year's
last year,
T-shirt.
so we don't know the
We
color of this
haven't
year's yet, do we?
unveiled this year's T-shirt.
Whoa,
yet,
I think
so-
to please everybody, it should be plaid.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
that works.
Doesn't that work? Have you ever done a tie-dye T-shirt?
No, but that.
I'm just
would be a
curious.
Fun idea.
We've talked about
Because
it.
we've had the purple, we've had the green, we've had the yellows. That's cool. But you want to stick with a Swedish stays theme
That's
kind of
right.
thing.
The
and
blue and the yellow,
Yeah.
and the whole Swedish.
That's
thing.
important.
So we have other colors for the other festivals. So, but I also do Geneva Women in Business. I'm the liaison.
Extraordinary
for that.
group.
So once a month we have luncheons and
Yeah.
and it's for men too. So
Of course, I've had the pleasure of
men,
attending, and I've
yep.
seen lots of men in the audience as well. It's a
Yeah.
great group.
Yeah, it is. It's great. We have a lot of networking and speakers coming in, and so do that, and the radio advertising, and the Geneva Visitors Guide.
That
I work
is
with you all
gorgeous.
at the city to put that.
I know,
all
beautifully
that
featuring our
together.
friends at Patton House on the cover.
Yeah, so.
Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Wow. So life is good here at the Chamber.
life is good. It's a great job.
Now, what's your message to everybody tuning in about just the value that the Chamber brings to the community?
Well-
Certainly the businesses who belong.
Yeah, I would say growing up in the Tri-City area and having a family that was very active in the chamber.
Right.
I would say business advertising goes farther than just putting things out there. It's getting
Right.
involved in the community.
Absolutely.
And involvement gets your face out there, not just your logo.
Sure.
And you get to meet people, you get to know the community and the background runnings of the community, and that's what makes a difference, is when the businesses and the residents get involved and make things happen.
Because we're all in this together, right?
Exactly.
And it's fun.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, where do we go now?
We're gonna go now. We're gonna go back to Mary.
Ooh, we're heading back to Mary. You remember Mary from the storage facility, the undisclosed location. She was instructed not to say much, and she succeeded. Let's go see Mary. Folks, we've enjoyed the tour of the chamber offices courtesy of our friend Laura Rush. We're now back at the reception area where our friend Mary hangs out. And today we're going to conduct a transaction that has been done thousands of times.
Absolutely.
This is a Geneva Chamber of Commerce gift certificate request form.
Correct.
So I'm going to complete this form, and I'm going to buy a gift certificate and present this to somebody I care about.
Correct. All right.
Sounds good. Notice how I didn't say friends, because I have none.
We're your friends.
Well, you're a very nice person. $25. As I understand it, most are $5 and $10.
They come in $5 and $10
Isn't that amazing?
amounts.
Now, here's a great statistic that Mary shared with me earlier. Since 1996, these gift certificates have been available.
That's correct.
Paying with my own personal credit card, folks. Okay? There you go. Please don't charge that until next month. And I purchased a $25 gift certificate. Easy denomination. 210 some odd stores in Geneva and elsewhere accept these gift certificates. So it's a great way to present a gift, graduation gift, whatever gift, right? Sometimes I just send these to myself because then I feel important.
So there the certificates
Look at that.
are. There's a list that goes with them.
Wow.
210 merchants accept them.
Isn't that amazing? And you were telling me earlier that since 1996, in 20 short years, you've sold,
1.6 million.
isn't that amazing? $1.6 million worth of gift certificates.
That's right. And the money stays here in Geneva.
That's critical. And that provides that force multiplier that Jean and I and Laura and others have talked about.
Absolutely.
Isn't that something? Now, with the new website, can you purchase these online as well?
You can.
Isn't that cool? So no one really has to come visit you.
Nope, we send them out certified mail.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Well, that's really
all
cool.
the time. Sent some out yesterday.
No kidding.
Yeah,
And you send them out nationwide.
nationwide.
Isn't that wild? I love it. That's a convenient way to support not only the community, but to show those you care about that shopping in Geneva, dining in Geneva, entertaining in Geneva is important.
And it's quick.
It's painless, it's safe, it's secure,
Absolutely.
and you get to hang out with Mary. Isn't that cool?
And they get change back.
And they get change back. That is true.
Yeah,
So if I have a $25 gift certificate and I buy something for $20, I'm getting actually $5 cash back.
that's correct.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
We just descended a few stairs
few
from
stairs.
your offices, and now we're in the Jamie Daniel Visitor Center
That's
of the
correct.
Geneva Chamber of Commerce.
That's
This is
correct.
absolutely spectacular.
Yes, this was a space that was had one tenant for over 40 years.
Right, I
And
remember.
when they vacated, we knew that we had to bite the bullet and take the space or it would be gone forever.
right.
So we created the visitor center. We moved in
gorgeous.
2 years in November, I think it was. And this is open on the weekends, so people can come in and browse the brochure racks. And the wall that Pete is showing right now is a magnetized wall, so we can put plaques up that businesses in Geneva have chosen to purchase to support the visitor center and also to promote their own businesses.
And some of the iconic businesses here in town.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. And some
Amazing.
old ones like Anderson Jewelers.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yes.
Wow.
And so people come in and ask their questions, and we send them on their merry way to restaurants or hotels.
Sure. And what are the hours of operation on the weekends?
We're open the same hours pretty much that stores are on
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday, 12 to 4.
Fantastic.
Eventually, we'd like to have it open all of the time.
Sure.
Right now, we as staff during the week run up and down the stairs. So,
Oh, okay.
Mary says it's her best weight loss
Is that right?
plan she's ever had.
And this, of course, is staffed by volunteers.
Yes,
On the
it
weekends.
is.
Again, the volunteers are critical.
Yes, absolutely.
What a beautiful setting, though, to hang out on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yes, and they just
Oh.
watch the traffic go by. It's
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Isn't that great? Now, I understand your team is assembled in the conference room.
They are, because we want to share even more of our resources. And one of
Check
the
this
things
out.
we'd like you to look at when you enter the conference room is some of the artwork of Bonnie Christensen.
Oh, yeah, she's incredible, isn't she?
Bonnie Christensen is a local artist, and she's been creating art for us for 20 years.
Wow.
She's selected 20 buildings to draw, and they are featured that year on everything that we do, from our visitor guide to our brochures to...
Because some of the offices upstairs had the Bonnie
yes.
Christensen pieces in
Right,
there.
we have 20 pieces, so they're
incredible.
throughout the offices, but certainly the ones in the visitor center you can film. And there's also a piece in the visitor center that explains why Jamie Daniel was selected
Okay,
for
good.
this honor, and maybe you could read that, because when
would
I
love
read
to.
it, I cry.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, I have no feelings.
All right.
So, ready?
So please, let's go in
Let's
the
go, folks.
conference room.
Follow us. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just moved a couple feet behind the reception area of the Jamie Daniel Geneva Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center. We're now in the conference room. This is spectacular. As Mrs. Gaines was saying earlier, notice some of the artwork on the wall. This is courtesy of our friend and extraordinary artist, Bonnie Christensen. It's lovely.
She has created 20 pieces.
Isn't that something? 20 pieces. Just a few are here. A few you probably saw earlier upstairs in everyone's offices. And on this wall, folks, is a tribute to our dear friend Jamie Daniel. This is the visitor center named after this extraordinary woman. And below this beautiful bronze sculpture done by our friend Larry Johnson is inscribed the following: a community pillar crowned by magnolias, personifying beauty, longevity, and her southern heritage. Isn't that gorgeous? And for all of you who know Jamie as well as I do, she is an extraordinary individual. She, I think, represents the very best of Geneva, and this visitor center exemplifies what she and Geneva is all about. So we're here in the conference room. The team is assembled. This really looks like most of their desks during the day. So this is really how it is, isn't it?
One of the fun things we thought we'd do is to show you how far we've come with our publications.
Wow.
Jeannie, if you hold up one of the early Geneva brochures.
Oh my gosh. Just done on a mimeograph machine and folded over and stapled?
Now that's not funny, we did have a mimeograph.
Did you really? Whoopsie daisy.
So anyway, we just are proud of the fact that we have evolved over the years from being very basic and doing everything in office to becoming very professional and
Sure.
artistic with pieces like
But
this.
despite the sophistication, or because of the sophistication, the message hasn't changed really.
The message has not changed.
Yeah.
We're still a community organization. We still value downtown,
Absolutely.
historic, all of the things that were here in 1835. We still value.
Wow. Isn't that something? 180 some odd years later.
That's right.
So all this is material about the community we all love,
Yes.
that provides not only information, but I would argue inspiration, because Geneva is so special.
One thing that's interesting is our shopping guide.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm hoping the residents take the opportunity to pick one up. We print 80,000 copies of this, and we send them everywhere they let us put them.
Right.
So it's really it's our main fulfillment piece for promoting Geneva. So all the visitors pick them up. They request, we mail these out every single day. Mary mails
Incredible.
them out by the box loads to people. So we're super proud of that piece
People who
as
have their
well.
weddings in town will come in and get boxes of them.
Is that right?
And give them to all of their wedding guests.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's everything you need to know about Geneva. Golf courses, shops, restaurants, there's a map.
Businesses.
Just everything, all the businesses,
Dates,
restaurants.
annual events,
And a map.
festivals.
And we cooperate with the city, because the city does the map insert for us,
Right,
so it's a
right.
cooperative effort.
Well, we have to cooperate. I mean, even, and I know you know this instinctively, while you're a member-driven organization, you also celebrate the entire community.
We do, absolutely, and,
Yeah.
and members and non-members benefit from our
Absolutely
festivals and
they do.
events, and because our main goal is to bring business to Geneva, so everybody
Right.
is a winner.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take the opportunity to just remind
Please
people
do.
how important it is to shop local.
No question about
It's
it.
so important. We have this fabulous town, and you've probably seen other communities where they struggle and businesses go out, but it's just so important to shop local.
It's amazing. I've been in town 42 years, and the evolution of the community is such that the downtown still remains the magnet as to why people choose to live here. And it's really become, over the years, the quintessential social setting.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Even during the colder months, there's people out and about doing things. And that makes everybody feel good. We all brag about how unique Geneva is and how special it is. What do you define as that special quality?
Part of it is the historic setting, so it's a beautiful place to do business, but it's really because we have very unique shops. They're one of a kind. You can't go to every town and find them. And as long as we can keep those really special shops in Geneva, we'll stay a special shopping district, which has been the goal since 1835.
Absolutely.
We started with specialty shops.
That's true. So again, as things change, they remain the same, thank goodness.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's incumbent upon all of us to support not only the independent merchants, but the larger community as a whole, because we each succeed if the other succeeds.
And that's why Randall Road is important to us too, because we can offer two distinct shopping districts and we can partner and blend together.
It's wonderful. It's great. Jean, thank you. And ladies, thank you very much for the opportunity to visit with you and to learn more about the Chamber, the undisclosed locations, and all that's done on behalf of the community. Extraordinary. And I'd like for everyone to know the multiple ways to reach the Chamber, how to follow you on social media, and perhaps how to get involved.
Okay. We are located at 8 South 3rd Street. That is just north of the post office, just south of State Street. There's a black awning outside our door, so we're easy to find. Our phone number is 630-232-6060. And our website is www.genevachamber.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Fantastic. These are the young ladies who make the Geneva Chamber of Commerce run. And on behalf of the 2,000 volunteers and the hundreds of thousands of people that visit Geneva annually, thank you for all your hard work. And thank you, folks, for tuning into Business Beat. We'll see you soon.